Bolo Krishna, Bolo Krishna, Gora Krishna, Shika. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our revered speaker for today, His Grace ARADHYA BHAGAVAN Prabhu. And all glories to the assembled Vaishnavi devotees. ARADHYA BHAGAVAN Prabhu, thank you so much for meeting with us in this last month of the year.
And on Christmas Day.
And especially today is Christmas. It's the divine appearance of Lord Jesus Christ, our Master. So thank you so much. And I believe you're speaking from the Holy Dham, from India, right?
I'm in Sridham, Mayapur.
Wow. So that is double, triple blessings. Thank you so much. Well, without further ado, we may put the verse on the screen, and Prabhu, you take it over from here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So Jai Radha Madhav Prabhupada has already sung. So I will do the honors of chanting the prayers before the Bhagavatam. So please chant with me, dear devotees. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavato sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhakti bhavati naishtikihi. So we'll read this verse. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, verse number 15. This is a verse which is a conversation between Vidura and Maitreya Rishi. So please repeat after me, dear devotees. Tadasya kosha ravasharmadatu. Tadasya kosha ravasharmadatu. Hare kathameva katha susaram.
Hare kathameva katha susaram.
Udritya pushpebhyaivarta bandho.
Udritya pushpebhyaivarta bandho.
Shivayana kirtayati kirte.
Shivayana kirtayati kirte.
Tadasya kosha ravasharmadatu.
Tadasya sharva
Hare kathameva katha susaram.
Hare kathatam susaram.
Udritya pushpebhyaivarta bandho.
Udritya pushpebhyaivarta
Shivayana kirtayati kirte.
Shivayana kirtayati.
Tadasya kosha ravasharmadatu.
Tadasya
Hare kathameva katha susaram.
Hare kathatam
Udritya pushpebhyaiva artha bandho.
Udritya pushpebhyaivarta
Shivayana kirtayati kirte.
Shivayana kirte.
Prabhuji's.
Tadasya kosharva sarmadatu.
Tadasya Kausharavasharmadatu
Hare Katameva Kata Shusaram
Harikathameva Katha Susaram
Udritya Puspekya Ivartabando
Udritya Pushpeve Ivartabandho
Shivaya na kirta yate rita kirte
Vivayana Kirtayatirtha Kirte. Matajis, or anyone else? Okay, all right. Then we'll move on to word by word translation. Tat, therefore, asya, his, kausharava, O Maitreya, sarmadatu, of one who awards good fortune, harehe, of the Lord, katham, topics, eva, only, kathashu, of all topics, sharam, the essence, udhritya, by quoting, pushpebhya, from the flowers, iva, like that, arthabandho, friend of the distressed, shivaya, for welfare, na, of us, kirtaya, kindly describe, tirtha, pilgrim, kirtehe, of the glorious. Translation: O Maitreya, O friend of the distressed, Arthabandhu, the glories of the Supreme Lord can alone do good for people all over the world. Therefore, just as bees collect honey from the flowers, kindly describe the essence of all topics, the topics of the Lord. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Right.
There are many topics for different persons in different modes of material nature. But the essential topics are those in relationship with the Supreme Lord. Unfortunately, materially affected conditioned souls are all more or less averse to topics of the Supreme Lord, because some of them do not believe in the existence of God, and some of them believe only in the impersonal feature of the Lord. In both cases, there is nothing for them to say about God. Both the non-believers and the impersonalists deny the essence of all topics. Therefore, they engage in topics of relativity in various ways, either in sense gratification or in mental speculation. For the pure devotees like Vidura, the topics of both the mundaners and the mental speculators are useless in all respects. Thus, Vidura requested Maitreya to talk of the essence only. The talks of Krishna and nothing else. Hare Krishna. So we'll pray, do the Mangalacharan prayers first, and then we'll get into the lecture. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamascha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namayam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurakshe Namaha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचल निव्यासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्र सुभद्राभ्यं जगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनतारिणं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं परमानन्दमाधवम् हे कृष्णपश्चाय Hare Krishna. So how are you, dear devotees? How is Christmas?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna is fine. Fine. How great Dr. PRABHU.
So Krishna doesn't remind us. Christmas doesn't remind us of Krishna. There's Krishna in it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Devotees, in whatever situation we are, even at the pronunciation of the first syllable Kri, we should only think about Krishna. It should remind us of Krishna. That is the beauty of being a devotee and being in devotional association. Right? So let us come back to this verse. It's one of the most beautiful verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. So let's go back to the verse. Tadasya kosha ravasharma dhatu. So Vidura is saying, "Oh Maitreya," Kausharava is Maitreya. Said, "Oh Maitreya, oh Kausharava, you are Sarmadatur." Sarmadatur means you are the one who bestows on other people what you award other people of good fortune. Sharmadatur. Data is a Hindi word. The word data means bestower. Okay? It's not a Hindi word, sorry, it's a Sanskrit word. It's a Sanskrit syllable. So that data became datur. Sharmadatur. Harika Thamim. So why is Maitreya Sharmadatur? How is Maitreya the bestower of good fortune? Because Maitreya is going to talk about Harikatha. He's going to talk about the Lord. Harikatha meva kathashu sharam. So next line he's saying that you are the Sharmadatu. You are the bestower of good fortune because you are going to now talk about Krishna. So then Vidura is requesting that please talk to me about Krishna only. Because that talking about Krishna is the essence of all the discussions or topics in this world. If somebody is discussing a material topic like how to become more beautiful, the essence of the topic is who is the most beautiful. Who is the most beautiful? Krishna is most beautiful. If somebody is discussing and finding ways of becoming the richest man on the world, how to become the richest man in the world? By discussing about the richest person in the creation. Who is the richest person in creation? Krishna is the richest person in creation. Right? So, Katha Susaram. So, amongst all the discussions in this material world, you can have probably all talks, the only thing, the essence of everything finally comes down to Krishna. Hare Kathameva Katha Susaram. Udhritya Pushpevya Ivarta Bandhu. You say, just like a honeybee goes to a flower and extracts the nectar from the flower, right? Honeybee extracts the nectar out of that flower. He is not interested in the beautiful petals and this and that, right? He's only interested in the nectar. Just takes the nectar out, leaves the rest of the beautiful flower as it is and goes away, right? So similarly, a devotee should always be interested in collecting the nectar. That is why I said, Christmas, you hear Kri and you think about Krishna. The nectar is in Krishna. So find nectar out of all the flowers, dear devotees. Christmas is a good opportunity for us to do book distribution, more preaching, more prasad distribution, right? Nectar. That is the nectar of this life. To be able to talk more about Krishna, preach more about Krishna, right? Spread his glories more. That is the nectar of our lives. Kathasu saram udritya pushpebhya iva artha bandho. Now artha bandho, why is he saying artha bandho? Because he's saying that by talking Harikatha, you are bestowing good good fortune. You are awarding people with good fortune, right? Who is this people? Whom are you bestowing this good fortune? People who are unfortunate, right? You are bestowing good fortune on whom? People who don't have good fortune. If somebody has good fortune, you will bestow good fortune on that person. You cannot, no? Right? For example, in ISKCON, we have Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Alfred Ford, His Grace Ambarish Prabhu, right? And Swaha Mataji, right? I don't know if any of you know him or all of you know him. The great-great-grandson of Henry Ford is Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Ambarish Prabhu. He's one of the richest men in the world, right? He's one of the richest men in the world. Now, when Brahmanas come to your house, you will give them some dakshina. Some bhiksha you will give to Brahmanas, to brahmacharis, right? To devotees, to Vaishnavas. Can you give bhiksha to Ambarish Prabhu? Can you give bhiksha to Ambarish Prabhu? How much bhiksha can you give to Ambarish Prabhu? You can definitely give bhiksha to his projects and donate to his projects, right? Like which is TOBP right now. His project is TOBP, right? So you can donate to TOBP, but you cannot give him bhiksha, right? So similarly, when we are bestowing good fortune, we are going to bestow good fortune to people who are unfortunate. So that is why it said over here, Sharma Datur, he is again describing as Artha Bandho. So Artha means people who are distressed, who needs that fortune, who needs that blessing. People who are extremely distressed, who are in a lot of depression, who are in a very sad state. Right? Who are in a very sad state. And if you have a very important or a lot of prosperity with you, you have a lot of money in your bank account, you will not go helping anybody on the road, right? You will be helping your friend. That is natural, right? You will not be standing on your doorway and calling, "Yeah, you need money, come and take money from me." Will you do that? You will not do that. Nobody does that. Right? You will always help your friend, right? So that is why the word bandhu, artha bandhu, friend of the distressed. Right? So who is artha bandhu? Any devotee who is completely surrendered in Krishna consciousness and who is always bestowing others the good fortune of Harikatha. Who is bestowing others the good fortune of Harikatha. That person is Artha Bandhu. Right? One of my best friends in Krishna consciousness, his name is Artha Bandhu Das. When he first became a devotee, when he got initiated, and this is not a very common name, right? Artha Bandhu Das. It's not a very common name, right? Maybe you've met him, Sahadev Prabhu. You've met Dinabandhu Prabhu's servant, Arjun Bhattacharya. You've not met him, no? Arjun Bhattacharya's name is Artha Bandhu Das. He's in US right now, by the way, with Dinabandhu Prabhu. He was in California, Beverly Hills, a couple of days back. Anyways, so when he first became a devotee, Devamrit Maharaj gave him this beautiful name, Artha Bandhu Das. And he's servant of Dinabandhu Prabhu. So everybody will be like, what is Artha Bandhu? Is it Artha Bandhu? Because see, one is Artha and one is Artha. Artha means money. So friend of money. What kind of a devotional name is that? People would come up to him and say, Artha Bandhu? What is Artha? And they, no, Artha Bandhu. People of the distress. Friend of the distress. So this is Artha Bandhu. Artha Bandhu is a devotee who is completely surrendered himself into serving and loving Krishna. Right? Shivaya na kirtaya tirtha kirte. So he's saying that Shivaya. Shivaya means for the welfare. Shivaya na kirtaya tirtha kirte. So you are doing this service of Harikatha for the welfare of the Arthas. Right? Artha Bandhu is doing for the Shivaya of the Arthas. What is he doing? He is doing Kirtaya. Now what this Kirtaya means over here? It is not only Kirtan. Maitra and Vidura is not doing Sankirtan, right? They are not doing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He's not doing that, right? They're not sitting and doing Kirtan. They're discussing topics. They're talking about Krishna. So even talking about somebody is doing Kirtan, right? Shavanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padi Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dashyam Shakyam Atma Nivedanam. So one is hearing Shavanam. The other person, while you are hearing, somebody else is doing Kirtanam. Right? Somebody is continuously talking about Krishna. Right? So somebody is doing Kirtan, that is why you are able to do Shavanam. Right? It is not a one-way thing. Both of you are doing Shavanam and there is no Kirtan. That will not happen, right? Somebody has to talk and somebody has to listen. So over here, Maitra Rishi will be doing the Kirtanam and Vidura will be doing the Shravanam. Right? So, Kirtaya, the Kirtanam. Tirtha Kirtehe says that very place immediately will become as auspicious, as pure as a Tirtha. Tirtha means a place of pilgrimage. Any place where Krishna Katha is going on, any place where devotees are talking about Krishna, devotees are discussing topics on Krishna, that place immediately becomes a pure place. It becomes a place of pilgrimage. Right? There is no point in going to Vrindavan and then finding a hotel where you can eat non-vegetarian food. Right? Then you will not get the mercy of being in a site of pilgrimage. Right? For pilgrimage, when somebody goes for doing pilgrimage, that mindset has to be cleaned, that I am going to do pilgrimage. That association is going to purify my hearts. Right? With that mindset, if somebody enters a place of pilgrimage, that place truly touches that person's heart. So Tirtha Kirtha hai. So anywhere where Krishna Katha is happening, incessant Krishna Katha is continuously happening, that place becomes like a Tirtha. It becomes a place of pilgrimage. And anybody who visits that place of pilgrimage, visits that discussion, visits that group where the discussion is happening, with the intent to actively participate in it, naturally gets the benefit of being at a pilgrimage site. Right? Is this much clear with us, dear devotees? Yeah. So, the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes, it's clear.
So, this Srimad Bhagavatam is a very spotless literature. Srila Prabhupada, in his lecture in Boston in 1969, December 22nd, he says, the Bhagavata is so, I mean to say, exalted transcendental knowledge, that there are 18,000 verses. And if you analyze each verse, each word, you will get a great transcendental information. There is no comparison with this Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam Amala Puranam, Amalam spotless. This Puranam, this is the old history of the world. And whoever makes a gift of this great work on a full moon day attains the highest perfection of life and goes back to Godhead. So that is how pure is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada is telling us he has given so much of his blood so that we can read the Srimad Bhagavatam in English. We all have heard about Srila Prabhupada working so hard. It was such a difficult life for him when he was traveling, when ISKCON was not established, when he was traveling between Delhi and Vrindavan, just after his sannyas. He even fainted on the road, right? In the Delhi heat, because he's a Calcutta boy. He's used to Calcutta weather, not the dry Delhi weather. Delhi heat is a very dry heat, and Calcutta is a very humid heat kind of a weather, right? So it's very difficult to take Delhi heat for Calcutta boys. We're not used to that kind of a heat. But Srila Prabhupada, he will travel between Vrindavan and Delhi to sell his Back to Godhead magazines, to print Srimad Bhagavatam books, to buy paper and do translation of Srimad Bhagavatam. In fact, when Srila Prabhupada was leaving his body, he was lying down in the bed. He was lying in the bed and he was translating Srimad Bhagavatam, and he was giving his purports. There was somebody with a dictaphone in front of his mouth and he is giving purports. That is the commitment that Srila Prabhupada has made for each one of us, so that today we can read Srimad Bhagavatam and we can completely be free from all miseries of this material world. Srila Prabhupada was the original Artha Bandhu. He knew that we are all distressed. And he was our friend. He was Artha Bandhu. Everything that Maitreya Rishi said to Vidura that day, it would not have reached you and me, right? Had Srila Prabhupada not translated it and given his purpose. Am I right, Sadev Prabhu? Srimad Bhagavatam was already there. There is a very famous Indian press called Gita Press. They print all Indian Vedic literature in the original Devanagari script. The Sanskrit or Hindi, whatever way you want to put it, the original Devanagari script, they used to print it. And they are famous all over the world. Even now, they are one of the biggest publishers of religious books in the world. They still publish it. So they had already published Srimad Bhagavatam. But despite all their efforts, you and I would not have become a devotee. You and I would not have read Srimad Bhagavatam, right? If Srila Prabhupada, the original Artha Bandhu of our movement, had not taken so much of pain to translate this book and ensure that we can be completely immersed in the good fortune of being engaged in Krishna conscious activities. Why did Srila Prabhupada create these temples? So that somebody can become a temple president? Or somebody can become a GBC? No. Why did Srila Prabhupada create these temples? Srila Prabhupada created these temples because he called them embassies of the spiritual world. So that all of us, we can come together, forget all our differences, and completely engage ourselves in serving the Lord and enjoying ourselves while serving the Lord, right? It's not that we are sad. Have you seen devotees who are sad inside the temple and he's dancing? Have you seen that? I have not seen that. Many people are sad in Krishna consciousness. Many of us know. People may be sad, but we have never seen anyone being sad while they're dancing for the Lord in Mangalarti. Right? Oh my God, he's making me dance in Mangalarti again. Oh my God, I don't like dancing in Mangalarti. People may not like waking up, but no devotee in the world will say, I don't like Mangalarti. Is there a single devotee in the world who will say, I don't like Mangalarti? No. Everybody loves being a part of Mangalarti, right? Everybody loves enjoying prasadam together. Everybody loves the Rath Yatras, right? We ISKCON devotees have created Rath Yatra to such a scale that other organizations feel threatened by our Rath Yatra, right? It's a fact. Some people want us to stop some of our Rath Yatras, right? Because we are spreading so much of happiness. We are not terrorists. We are terrorists for people who are spreading hate, right? We are people who only spread love and happiness, right? We are distributing prasadam. We are distributing happiness. And our happiness is so infectious that even the most saddest person walking down the road, when they see our Sankirtan party, they feel happy to be a part of it, right? They feel happy to be a part of it. Even if they don't, maybe they don't buy a book, right? But they always appreciate that, wow, these guys are happy. This much they will all appreciate, that these guys are happy, right? We do face issues when we go out for doing book distributions in some of the Western countries. We do face complaints and stuff like that with the authorities. Yes, we do. But we don't face humiliation, right? We don't face humiliation. Because everybody knows that these guys are very happy guys. We were so happy, guys, during Prabhupada's time that some people thought that these guys are on drugs. Because if you are not on drugs, you cannot be so happy. How can anybody be so happy and always high if you are not on drugs, right? Is it possible to be high without taking drugs? Yes, it is possible. If you are high on Krishna consciousness, right? So, Srila Prabhupada has given us Srimad Bhagavatam. This Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam is Krishna Katha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Bhagavat, he is talking with Devananda Pandit. He is talking with Devananda Pandit. There are multiple pastimes with Devananda Pandit, but this one particular pastime I want to talk about between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Devananda Pandit. And so Devananda Pandit asks Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was the speaker of Bhagavatam, he was a Bhagavatam speaker. He used to give Bhagavatam classes regularly, and Devananda Pandit asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that please give me some instruction about how I can give better classes, how I can give better Srimad Bhagavatam classes, he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells him in Srimad Bhagavatam, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, he tells him that in Srimad Bhagavatam, for all the cantos, whichever chapter you are reading, always talk about Krishna Prem, always talk about devotion to Krishna, always talk about Krishna Bhakti, always talk about Bhakti. That is the only way that you will find perfection in what you are saying. Right? This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's words to Devananda Pandit. The Srimad Bhagavatam, from its very first canto to the last of its canto, all the 18,000 verses, each of the verses are, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, is only talking about what? It's only talking about Krishna. It's only talking about loving Krishna. It is only talking about serving Krishna. It is only talking about devotion to Krishna. It is only talking about bhakti. In fact, one person asked Srila Prabhupada that, amongst all your books, which is the most important book? Professor Hopkins, he asked Srila Prabhupada, which is your most important book? This is a conversation that happened in Philadelphia in 1975, and Ramananda Swami was present there. So he asked that, which is your most important book? So Srila Prabhupada says, Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is my most important book. So then Professor Hopkins said, this is 18,000 verses. Tell me something more precise, more concise. So Srila Prabhupada's answer is, every shloka we are describing word to word. So every shloka you will find a new idea. There are 18,000 verses, and all this idea is about Krishna. This is how important Srimad Bhagavatam is for our lives. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying it. Srila Prabhupada is saying it. But what are we doing? We are trying to run away. Oh, today Mohandas Prabhuji is giving class. I don't like Mohandas Prabhu, so today I will not join. Tomorrow XYZ Swami is giving class. I like his kirtan very much, so I will join the first part of the class, hear his kirtan, and then I will leave. We do these things, right? It's very natural. We are human beings. We do these things. But what is the effect of regular attendance in a Srimad Bhagavatam class? By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. And loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. So, when we regularly study Srimad Bhagavatam, when we regularly attend Srimad Bhagavatam classes, when we regularly discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, we read Srimad Bhagavatam, what happens? That by hearing Shravanam and also by rendering service to the Lord, or rendering service under the guidance of a guru. This is very important. It has to be under the guidance of a guru. It cannot be an independently, oh, I like doing this, I don't need anything, I will just go, I will hear the class and I will come back and my life is perfect. No, your life is failed. You have finished that day. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in that same discussion with Devananda Pandit, he actually mentions, if I had it open in front of me, I would have said it, but I think I somehow closed those verses right now, so I cannot pull up those verses right now. But he specifically speaks in that very chapter where he instructs Devananda Pandit that, Chaitanya, in Chaitanya Bhagavat, that Srimad Bhagavatam, you should speak Krishna, Krishna, Krishna in all the stages of Bhagavatam, then your class is perfect. In that same chapter, a little later, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling Devananda Pandit that many people who have engaged themselves in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, but not from bona fide sources, not with Sharanagati, not with complete surrenderance to a guru, to an authority, have spoiled their life. Their life is completely ruined. Mahaprabhu says this. So, regular attendance in Srimad Bhagavatam class makes us free of all distress, right? It completely destroys all the troubles in our heart and establishes us as into loving service of the Lord. On the contrary, if we do the same thing without Sharanagati, we are like, oh no, I will be independent, I will just attend Bhagavatam class, I'll come back, I don't have an authority, I don't care about a guru, I don't care about a teacher, my life is finished. That very day, my life is finished. Because Mahaprabhu is saying it. Okay? It's not some ISKCON concocted fact to control people. No, it's not like that. Understanding of Srimad Bhagavatam, this you will find in Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, that small book, in chapter 60, where they're discussion with Sanatana Goswami. It is very clearly, it is written in that book. It's very clearly written. I don't know if you have Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, you will find it in this vedabase.io. You will find it in chapter 16. It's very clearly written that Bhagavatam is to be understood by devotional service and from a devotee. Service and devotee. Seva and Shravanam. Not just Shravanam. You have to hear Bhagavatam from a bona fide source. You have to hear Bhagavatam from a bona fide source. And you have to do active service. You have to do some service for Krishna, Now we cannot serve Krishna, we can only serve Vaishnavas. This also we have to understand. Even the biggest of the pujaris who are doing arti in the temple, we are not offering arti to Krishna. We are only assisting Radharani to serve Krishna. We are ultimately assisting our Guru Maharaj to serve the deities. Our Guru Maharaj is serving his Guru Maharaj. His Guru Maharaj is serving his Guru Maharaj. Like this, in parampara form, ultimately we are only assisting Radharani. We are not assisting Radharani. We are assisting our Guru Maharaj. Right? In Parampara, ultimately the gopis are assisting Radharani in serving Krishna. Right? So that ahamkara we have to completely erase from our lives. Service and bona fide source. Bhagavatam is to be understood by devotional service and from a devotee, not by one's own intelligence or by academic commentaries. Now, if you go, due to the efforts of a lot of academics who are Vaishnavas, you will find some academic books, from different universities like Harvard University and this university, that university. You will find a lot of books of academic professors who are giving their commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, on Srimad Bhagavatam, on Chaitanya Chaitamrita, and some esoteric topics of bhakti, right? It is possible to get those books. In fact, they are university publications. They are known as those, UPs, University Press Publications. So naturally, each of these books are extremely expensive. Some of the books are like 50,000 Indian rupees. That's how expensive university press publications usually are. But it is very clearly written that if one tries to understand Krishna only by reading such academic, tries to approach Krishna academically, it's not going to work. It's absolutely not going to work. And this is a discussion that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had with Sanatana Goswami. This is not something that Srila Prabhupada has written down in one book so that, ISKCON devotees don't go running behind university professors. It's not an ISKCON book thing. ISKCON has not mentally concocted this out to ensure that the ISKCON devotees stay loyal to their leaders. No, it's not like that. It is from the discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami. So what is this Bhagavatam? This Bhagavatam in the 3rd canto, 19th chapter, it is very clearly written. Srila Prabhupada writes that Bhagavatam literally means pastimes of the Lord and Lord's devotees. That is what is Bhagavatam. Lord and the Lord's devotees. Nothing more, nothing less. Nihil ultra, nothing beyond. Nihil ultra, nothing beyond. This is a Latin term. Nihil ultra, nothing beyond. This is exactly what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. Right? All 18,000 verses talk only about Krishna. Then your Bhagavatam class is perfected. So this is how disciplic succession works. Whatever Brahma was saying is the truth. What did Brahma say? Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. That Krishna is the only one. The same thing Madhvacharya said. The same thing Mahaprabhu said. The same thing Prabhupada is saying. See, there is so much of time gap. Literally, there is so much of time gap. But the instructions have remained intact. Right? The instructions are as it is. That is the beauty of this movement. That is the beauty of this parampara system. Right? So, what should we be doing? We should completely surrender ourselves in service of our Guru. We just hold the lotus feet of our Guru, and whatever Guru Maharaj says, we completely surrender ourselves to it. That's it. Nihil ultra, nothing beyond. Nothing beyond that. Whatever Guru Maharaj says is the final word. The buck stops at Guru Maharaj. Right? That is the only way we can find ourselves completely free from the clutches of material problems. Because holding the lotus feet of our Guru Maharaj means we are completely surrendered to the lotus feet of a pure devotee. And what is a pure devotee? He is Artha Bandhu. Right? He is the friend of the distressed. And what does a friend of the distressed do? He completely immerses us into Krishna Katha. Somehow or the other, he ensures that we are completely Krishna conscious in our life. Right? Of course, for practical cases, we have to understand that it is not possible that we'll find that we can go to Jayapataka Maharaj and hold his feet. It's not possible. Right? I don't know if anybody is JP's disciple over here. I'm sorry, I'm just give an example. I just took darshan of Jayapataka Maharaj a couple of hours back. So that's what I'm saying. He's so unwell, it's not possible to meet him. But even in this condition, every day evening he's meeting devotees and giving classes. We have a little high fever one day, we stop going to temple for 7 days. Right? He is on the wheelchair, his kidneys are failing. Prabhu, you will not believe me, he is on dialysis, and while he is on dialysis, his dialysis is going on. He's in the bed, his dialysis is going on, and he's attending GBC meetings. He's attending meetings, and he's talking with full force. Not 1 day, 2 day, every day he's doing this. He has dialysis, I think, twice a week or maybe alternate weeks or something like that. I think his dialysis day is Thursdays or dialysis day, most probably. Anyways, during dialysis, he's doing GVC meetings. During dialysis, he's doing bureau meetings. During dialysis, he's doing Mayapur co-directors meeting. And he's involved in all small things. Devotees can walk up to him. Actually, devotees can walk up to him and say, this is my problem, please find me a solution. And he will find a solution for them. He's personally involving himself for devotees. He's the true Artha Bandhu. And all our Guru Maharajas are like that, not only him. All our Guru Maharajas are like that. So for practical purposes, it may not be possible for us to go and share with our spiritual master and everything. So that is why this whole ISKCON Parampara system has been made. This Gurukula education system has been made, that we talk with our seniors, our Shiksha Gurus. We talk with our seniors. Because devotees, if you go to any senior, any Shiksha Guru, any Diksha Guru, more or less, 80% they're going to speak the same language. They're going to say the same things. 20% will be personalized. Somebody is a pujari, he will give pujari kind of solutions like me. Somebody is a book reader, he will give book reading solutions. Somebody is a book distributor, he will give book distribution solutions, right? So that 20% will vary based to person on their services. But 80%, the saram, kathashu saram, of all everything that he'll say, the saram, the summary will always remain same. It is going to be Harikatha. So we must take advantage of whatever Srila Prabhupada has created, and the opportunity that Srila Prabhupada has created, and his spiritual sons, our Guru Maharajas, they are giving their lives to protect that mission. I was with Indradumna Maharaj last few days. He's here in Mayapur even now. Tomorrow, I think day after tomorrow, he's leaving for Calcutta. So Indradumna Maharaj was saying in an initiation yagna lecture that, when I see young people like you, it gives me a lot of joy. He actually said it gives us a lot of joy because we have become old. We have given our lives for our spiritual master. Now we know that, young people, when you come forward, you are going to take the mission of Srila Prabhupada ahead. So it gives me a lot of joy. So Prabhupada has created this opportunity for us to be Krishna conscious. His spiritual sons, they had literally given their lives. Some of our Guru Maharajas, God brothers, they have been shot dead. Some devotees, some Guru Maharajas, like Bhakti Raghav Maharaj, he was shot in the feet and he became lame for his life. You know? So, Srila Prabhupada's children, spiritual sons, they have given their lives to ensure that this mission of ISKCON remains intact. It remains as it is. The message of Mahaprabhu reaches you as it is. Right? And what are we doing? One day, half an hour, we have a little bit of temperature in our body. 7 days, we stop going to temple. 1 month, we stop going out for book distributions. Right? Some of us, we feel ashamed of going out and collecting money for our temple. We feel that it is beneath us to go out and beg. And I always say this, that anybody who truly considers himself to be a devotee, his test is that one day he should go door to door and he should beg for donations for the temple. It doesn't matter if that person collects 10 rupees or 100 rupees or, doesn't matter. The very fact that somebody can do that is a test that he is completely now, his consciousness is of a servant and not of a Prabhu or master. In ISKCON, we have all become Prabhus. What does the word Prabhu means? Master. So we are all Prabhus. We are not servants. But our name is Dasa. We've forgotten the fact that our name is Das. We've forgotten the fact that we are a servant. Right? So that is our problem. And all our distress, all our miseries come from the fact that ahamkara vimuratma karta ahamiti manyate, that I am the master. That ahamkara is the cause of all our distress. And the only way to remove all this distress is completely surrendering ourselves to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and his disciples and our Guru Maharaj. So that one day we can be completely free of this ignorance, the ignorance that is clouding us, the arrogance that is clouding us. When that is happening, what happens? Immediately we are bestowed with what? Good fortune. Sharma Dhatu. Right? The good fortune is then finally bestowed on us. The Arthabandhu is going to give us the opportunity to be immersed in Krishna Katha, in Krishna's service. Right? We are going to be immersed in Krishna's service by the blessings of the Arthabandhu. Right? The same shlokas I am saying in reverse order. Right? So the Arthabandhu is going to give us opportunity to be engaged in Krishna's service, Hari Katha. Katha Susharam. So once we are completely immersed in Krishna Katha, what happens? That same Arthabandhu now becomes Sharmadatur. He bestows upon us what? The good fortune. Let us, dear devotees, come together and let us completely immerse ourselves in the opportunity that Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Maharaj has provided us so that they can become Sharmadatus in our lives. Hare Krishna. I think that's 1 hour for you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, ARADHYA Bhagavan Prabhu. I think the fortune some of us have especially on this Sangha, is that we are blessed to have different devotees speak to us from time to time, and we experience the mood of different devotees. And this mood you've shared with us today is so important and so encouraging. And so we can't thank you enough, but at the same time, we will attempt to say thank you so much for sharing this wisdom backed with love with us today. And with that, devotees, if anyone may have questions, comments, realizations, reflections you may want to ask or share, please indicate by using the hand emoji or your physical hand, and you'll be asked to unmute to ask your question or to speak. So, ARADHYA Bhagavan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I know by Sri Guru Krishna devotee's mercy, I know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's not a matter of belief, I know. I'm praying that at some point I will come to the level of realizing that. But I know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore it is my duty to serve him. But if Krishna were not to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, it would be very, very difficult for me to try to worship him. Not because he's not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but because of how he sometimes does what he does. And example is the way Krishna himself orchestrated for his own family, the Yadavas, to be vanquished from the surface of the earth. It was so brutal, and he orchestrated that. The battlefield of Kurukshetra, it was very gruesome how the soldiers were fighting and killing each other, and Krishna was there. Krishna himself asked Srila Prabhupada to come and save the world. And we all know the difficulties Srila Prabhupada went through. And now you're just giving a clear example that we all can see with our own naked eyes what His Grace Jayapataka Maharaj is going through. The individuals going through these situations, they themselves may not bother. But for the outsider looking on, seeing what's going on to these people who call themselves they are worshiping God, the most powerful being, the richest being, the wealthiest being, and they're going through situations like this. What does Krishna intend to teach the world about him and his devotees? It's sometimes very difficult to watch how these great devotees of the Lord go through so much suffering. Today is the Christmas day, Lord Jesus Christ appearing this day, and we know what happened to him, how he was crucified. So if you may share with us, we may not be able to ask Krishna why, but because we are human beings, we would like to know why Krishna plays it in such a way that his pure devotees oftentimes suffer much more than those who are not his devotees. Please, if you may help.
When Shri Krishna, just before the Kurukshetra war, Arjuna and Duryodhan went to Krishna to ask for the participation and partnership of Krishna. What did Krishna do? Krishna gave his full strength, everything that he had, his missiles, his best artillery, his full army, the full strength of Krishna, right? He gave to whom? To
Duryodhana.
Duryodhana. Right? And what did Duryodhana say in return? Now I have your strength, I don't need you. Right? Krishna gave them option actually. Krishna gave them option that you can either have my army, my full strength, or you can have me as a friend, but I will not fight. This is what Krishna said. And Duryodhana said, oh, give me your strength, I am happy. It is like Pakistan saying, I don't know if you know the dynamics between India and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Okay, we are always fighting. It is like Pakistan saying that I don't need America by my side. I just need the army of America. I don't need America's friendship. If America gives me his army and his missiles, I am happy. Right? And that might work because that is the material world. It is the material consideration. Whoever has the most number of nuclear weapons and the submarines and the best of the fighter planes and the best of the armies is the strongest army, and they will win a war. Right? That is material considerations. But Krishna is spiritual. His test was a test of faith. The question he asked that day to both of them was a question of faith. Blind faith, devotees. It was a question of blind faith. You have to blindly trust him, which Arjuna did. Arjuna blindly trusted him. And that is why Krishna's army fought for Duryodhana. It is not that because Krishna was standing in this side of the army with the Pandavas, it is not that Krishna's army on the other side did not fight their best. It is not that they did not use their best capacity because, oh, Krishna is that side, so I will not fire rounds, I will just stand at the back. Krishna's army did not do that. They fought their best. They were the best army in the universe, and they fought their best. Even then, the Kauravas lost. The Pandavas won. Why did it happen? Because there was somebody on the side of the Pandavas that was not on the side of the Kauravas. Who was that? Who was that? No. Shri. SRI, Shri. Shri means mother of fortune, the goddess of fortune, the goddess of good fortune. Shri was present, fortune. You say, no? Good fortune, bad fortune. Right? So good fortune was present on the side of the Pandavas. Why? Because Madhavapati, Shripati, Lakshmipati Madhav was on that side. Shri or fortune was on that side. Why was she there? Because she will stand by her husband. Very natural. Any chaste woman will be standing by her husband. So these people chose her husband. So she was standing beside her husband. Right? These people chose Madhav. So Lakshmipati Madhav was there, so Lakshmi was there, Sri was there, fortune was that side. So even if Narayani Sena fought their best, used the best of their nuclear weapons, the fortunate ones remained fortunate, and the unfortunate ones remained unfortunate. Right? What is interesting over here is, see, Krishna could have said something else, and he could have just turned down Duryodhana and said that, you are on the other side of Dharma, so I will not stand by you. I always take side of Dharma. He could have said that. Couldn't he? He could have said that. He could have said that you have insulted this lady like that, so you are not Dharma. You don't live by principles. So I will not stand by you. I am God. I will only stand by Dharma. He could have said that. Absolutely, he could have said that. And we would not have judged him for it. Right? Wrong. We would have judged him for it. We would have definitely judged him for it. You know why? Because he is Krishna. He's the one who blesses everyone with everything that they want. Duryodhan wanted the army, he gave him the army. Arjuna did not want the army. Arjuna wanted Krishna. He gave Arjuna Krishna. Right? Arjuna only did the wise choice. He made a wise choice. It was wisdom that saved Arjuna. Right? Now, why am I saying this? Because every moment Krishna is giving this question to us. Everything that we do, dear devotees, Krishna is giving us this question. What do you choose? Tea or me? Krishna is asking us every moment. You choose the addictions of tea or you choose me? And every moment we have to say, Krishna, I choose you. Krishna wants to see how many times, in what situations, in all different kinds of situations, Krishna will drop us. Krishna will give us poverty. In fact, Krishna says that anybody who becomes a devotee, I will give him poverty. Krishna says that. I will give him difficulties. So anybody who is in a difficulty, we should be like, wow, he's such a great devotee of the Lord. That Krishna has given him poverty. Because Krishna is personally getting involved in his life. Right? What is Mother Kunti saying to Krishna when Krishna is leaving? In Queen Kunti's prayers, we have all read that. What is she saying? She's saying, give me all the problems. All my problems you give me. Every day you give me. 24 hours you give me. But don't leave me, Krishna. Isn't it? Mother Kunti is not saying, take my problems away. You go, you take my problems away also. Is she saying that? No. She's not saying that. Then why are we saying that? We should not be saying that. So we must know that first of all, our life, it is a question of faith. We must always have faith in Krishna. We must always have the strength in ourselves to say that Krishna, I choose you. I have faith in you and I choose you. And all these difficult questions, situations that are in front of us, where we are questioning ourselves, is it Krishna? Is Krishna there? Is Krishna so bad? It is just a question where Krishna is showing us his strength. The devotees, Krishna is so merciful to us that he is dancing in front of us as Madhava in ISKCON Mayapur. He's showing us his beautiful Kishore Kishori form. Right? Krishna did not show us his Virata Swarupa. If Krishna had shown that Virata Swarupa to Duryodhan, you think he would have fought? He would have peed in his pants and run away. Right? He would have peed in his pants and run away, my friends. Virat Swarup, his magnificent ways of working this world, only people who are very dear to him can see and understand. Nobody else is privy to that. We are not supposed to understand it. If we understand it, then we will also understand what test and what games he's playing. Right? We are not gopis. We are not so fortunate that we will understand his mind. Understanding Krishna's mind is not a capability of our human intelligence. Right? So what can we do? We can only do one thing, Prabhu. We just keep our faith. Faith in what? Not worshipping Krishna. Krishna is not asking us to worship him. Neither is Lord Gaurachandra asking us to worship him. We don't need to worship him. Under any circumstances, we don't have to worship him. We don't need to worship Krishna. What do we need to do? We need to only serve our Guru Maharaj with faith. Because my Guru Maharaj has asked me to do something, I will do it with faith. Whether I can do it perfectly or not. My Guru Maharaj has said it, I will do it. Finished. The faith is between you and your Guru Maharaj. That's it. Nothing more. We cannot serve Krishna. Forget worshipping Krishna. Krishna can be served only by Radharani, nobody else. Right? Our work is only one thing. Serving my Guru. That's it. We will serve only my Guru Maharaj. We will not be serving anyone else. So we have to have faith on our Guru Maharaj. That's it. And Srila Prabhupada. Within the organization is constructure. That's it. Just have faith on Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Our life is perfected. We don't need to do anything else. And we should do it with complete surrender. That is the thing. Serve Srila Prabhupada. Serve ISKCON with complete faith. That's all. And this is not what ARADHYA Bhagavan Das is saying to a question that Sahadev Das has asked. This is a question. You can mute the other devotee who is speaking. This is not something that I am telling you, Prabhu. This is not something that has come into my mind. This I am speaking from Chaitanya Chaitamrita. In Madhya Leela, chapter 9, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is visiting Sri Rangam and he meets the illiterate Brahmin who is imperfectly reading the Bhagavad Gita to Sri Ranganatha Swami every day, and people are making fun of him. Even then he is doing that service. Why is he doing that service? Mahaprabhu asks him, why are you doing this service that you cannot do so nicely? He's saying that, see, I don't know anything whether I'm reading nicely or badly, or people are making fun of it or not. I am just simply following my Guru's order. Hearing this word that I'm following my Guru's order, Mahaprabhu became very happy. And Mahaprabhu said that only you know the essence of whole of Bhagavad Gita. Nobody else has understood Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because he is serving his Guru Maharaj with faith. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's answer is, not my answer. Hare Krishna.
Well, Hare Krishna, thank you so much. And
does that answer your question, Shadi Prabhu?
Yes, it does. It does, but I still have something else to follow up in the sense that, one, I must say thank you for the clarification that generally we do not have the capability of worshiping Krishna. We are simply trying to serve the devotees or the servants of the Lord or the servants of the servants of the Lord. And that brings in the guru. So the guru is the one who is teaching us and telling us what to do. And because we have a little bit of love for the guru, we are prepared to do anything, everything the guru asks us to do. That means we love him. And because we love him and we're prepared to do anything and everything for him, when we see this person that we love so much go through some sort of uncomfortable situations, it pains us. It's very difficult to look on, to watch, to see how painful these people we love are going through. And that's what I'm asking, that Krishna, he knows best. He is the controller of everything. And my guru, your guru, our gurus are his dedicated servants. Why would he allow them to go through so much troubles like that? I'm saying they themselves who are going through what I am referring to as troubles may not see them as troubles. But for me, standing outside, that is what I see. And it causes so much pain that God is the ultimate. My guru, I don't know God, but I know that my guru has taught me that Krishna, God, is the best and the well-wisher of each and everyone, including his children. Then why is that merciful Lord allowing my guru, my beloved, go through situations like that? That is what beats my mind. And I'm saying that I cannot question Krishna, why Krishna does that. But it is difficult to attract people who are not part of us when they see that these people who have surrendered everything to pleasing God, Krishna still sees them go through situations which sometimes are even much more harsh than those who do not serve God. It's a very bitter pill for me in particular to swallow. I've been thinking about this all these years I've been a devotee, that why Krishna allows these things to happen to his devotees.
There are two answers to it actually. One is, it is our taste of faith. They are participating in Krishna's Leela to create a test of faith for us. Our Guru Maharajas, who are intimate associates of the Lord in their spiritual form, they are participating in Krishna's grand arrangement to test our faith. Okay? All difficult situations that we see in our spiritual life where we are questioning, they are all Krishna's arrangement to question our faith. It is a grand arrangement of Krishna to question our faith. Okay, that is the first answer. All right. Second is, Krishna is creating it as a fantastic arrangement where we can have two ways of looking at the same thing. Okay. What are the two ways of looking at it? One is we can see their external pain and all that and feel sad and let our faith get hurt. Okay, that is one way of responding to it. The other way of responding is we find it, like for me, this is a miracle. You know, somebody walking on water is not a miracle for me. Somebody not wearing clothes and standing on top of an ice-clad mountain and being able to stand for 11 or 12 years without water and fruits is not a miracle for me, because these are stories for me. I have not seen that, and it does not affect my life, right? These are stories for me. These are not experiential miracles for me. These are not miracles that I can experience on an everyday thing. Krishna's Vigraha as a stone is never going to come down from the altar and dance with us, right? It may dance. There have been cases where devotees were found to be, reciprocating with the Lord, where the Lord is eating from their hands and all of these. We know of all these pastimes of different Vigrahas, right? We know all of these things. But at my level of purity, this is not happening in my life. I am not so pure that Krishna is going to dance for me, right? Krishna will dance for devotees who are pure. I am not so pure as yet. In this life, right now, I am not so pure. Maybe a few lakh million lifetimes later, I might be able to experience a little bit of that. Today, I cannot experience it. Today, what is the miracle that I can experience? Today, I can experience the miracle of Srila Jayapataka Maharaj with so much of problems, how fantastically he is able to carry out the meetings. How in our ISKCON, we all know so many problems in ISKCON, right? You and I, we are very well aware of this fantastic chaos called ISKCON, right? But still everything is running so smoothly. Preaching is happening so beautifully. Devotees are so happy doing their spiritual activities, right? Not the politics part of it. All the spiritual activities that devotees are doing, everybody is very happy. Whether it is Mangalarti, dancing, program, this, that. All temples are serving Krishna so nicely. Preaching is growing in some format or the other. Yes, we do have difficulties here and there. For a few years we have those difficulties, and then, something or the other happens and that again picks up. So the reason I'm saying this is that the other way of looking at it is the miracle in this difficulty. So seeing that miracle and using that miracle to nourish our faith is the test of a true Paramahamsa or a true swan who will take the milk out of the water, or a true bee who will take the nectar out of the flower, right? So it is, whatever we experience, it is a test of our faith. It is a test of our faith. And our Guru Maharajas are participating in that test. They are all a part of Krishna's grand arrangement.
Prabhuji, thank you for sharing that. I have no power to speak with Krishna, and and as such, my intended words to the Lord may not even get to his ears or his heart. But I am in my
No, Bhagavatam says that, whatever we think or say, Krishna will know because he's
yes,
present in
yes,
each one
yes.
of us.
Even before I speak, he knows.
Yeah, he knows it because he's inside each one of us as Paramatma.
Yes, but I am praying to him. I'm praying to the Supreme Lord through my spiritual master, the Parampara, and the pure devotees of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Please plead with the Lord Krishna, that the examples he's showing us to help build our faith, we've seen enough. Please. We're pleading with the Lord. We've seen enough. If he can curtail these sufferings, these pure devotees go through. I really mean this. It's difficult when I think of how Srila Prabhupada went through so much toil just to bring Krishna consciousness to the world. How my own Gurudev, His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, I was with him physically. What he went through. Jaya Pataka Swami Maharaj, he's here with us. We've seen a lot. If our heart is going to be moved, these things should move our hearts. So, I mean, we may not be able to do anything, but it's just my heartfelt desire and emotion to the Lord that please do not allow these things to happen to our gurus anymore. It's okay. We've seen enough. This is just my humble prayer to the Lord.
I think Sadhu Prabhu, I think it's a very beautiful prayer from our personal point of view towards the Lord. But I think a better prayer, sorry if I am contradicting you, I think a better prayer for all of us would be to pray to the Lord that please give us the strength and the intelligence to be able to accept your will on earth, so that we are able to accept whatever you want to do. We will accept it. Just give us the intelligence and the strength that we can accept it silently. I think that is a much better prayer for us. Even if he wants to give difficulties to our spiritual masters, at least he should give us the strength and the understanding so that, we can help his grand design of things. Because we'll otherwise never be able to understand his grand design of things, We'll only be trying to cut his grand design of things.
Well, thank you so much, Prabhuji. It's serious. Sometimes I don't plan to sit down to cry, but sometimes you look at what our gurus go through in general. It's just too difficult to bear, at least to some of us. But thank you so much for sharing with us and giving us your wisdom and your love in particular. Thank you so much. Dear devotees, I've spoken a lot. Govinda Prabhu, please give me a mute. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Just before he starts, in earlier one devotee was driving a truck and giving.
Yeah, he's the one.
Govinda Prabhu, okay.
Yeah, he's
So
not driving today.
He's on leave. Huh?
Yeah, I'm not driving today, Prabhu.
Today is Christmas.
And thank you very much, my respectful obeisances to you. My respectful obeisances to the Vaishnavas, and thank you very much for this wonderful presentation of Krishna Katha. Thank you very much. Earlier on today, I was contemplating how fortunate we are as devotees
Mhm.
that we are, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we are being connected to this vehicle of devotional service, and that is transporting us back home, back to Godhead. I was just thinking that there are, 8,400,000 different vehicles that the living entities are riding. But where are these vehicles taking us to? These vehicles, some are taking us to lower vehicles, to different dimensions, to different levels of consciousness. And most of these vehicles are going nowhere than to just rotating in the circles.
Mm.
And amazingly, we have these same vehicles, but we are so much fortunate that we got a very powerful and experienced pilot who are driving these vehicles into the utmost destination, where we go we go and come back no more. And so my appreciation and gratitude to my spiritual master and Prabhupada and this process of devotional service. Try to express it this morning before the Bhagavatam class. And you've actually nourished my intent and words of meditation this morning. So I really thank you very, very much. Thank you. And the question on the table, I was also thinking from your answers that the Lord does what he does just to increase the faith of his devotees, or to develop the faith of his devotees. Like Sadhya Prabhu was asking, some of these presentations of the Lord in a form of the difficulties that our Guru Maharajas go through. I was thinking that one has to be on a very high level of spiritual consciousness or devotional consciousness to be able to accumulate or to accept the presentation given by the Lord for the individuals or the living entities to move on into the higher dimension of consciousness in devotional service. So one has to be a Paramahamsa, a very, very great advanced person, to understand the motive or the motivations of the Lord. And then again, I was thinking the other side of it, that the Lord does that to his great devotees as an example for the world to emulate. the Lord himself was on the planet, and he was on the planet with his devotees. And we see the examples of the cowherd boys, how the demons attacked them from left to right. So many challenges that were posed on the on cowherd boys. But the Lord intervened. The Lord's intervention was on them, and none of them actually felt that kind of a brutalization from the demons' attack. They were always protected by the Lord. When Lord Indra tried to inundate the lands of Vrindavan by a heavy rainfall, Krishna immediately intersect in that kind of action of Indra and lifted Govardhan Hill to protect the denizens of Vrindavan. So what will give faith to an ordinary person than this? What will give faith to an ordinary person for Agasura, Putana experience to the ordinary living entities than that? The Putana taking Krishna to the skies, and the little Krishna, little boy, can kill this huge gigantic demon. What will give faith more than that? Sometimes we say we don't want to see miracles. The miracles are just on the lower side of it, of the Lord's energy. But some of these things give faith to people, to follow somebody who can protect you, who can act in this kind of level. It brings a lot of faith to the living entities to follow a particular personality. So I'm wondering why, like Sadi Prabhu is asking, I'm wondering why the pure devotees have to go through this kind of, we call it suffering for we the living entities to see that and develop faith, but not otherwise. So can you give comment on this? The other side of it, Krishna showed his devotees a lot of, we may say, a lot of miracles. He interceded. His intervention was on cowherd boys. None of them suffered in the hands of these, demonic attacks. And here, the other side, the devotees, the same, material energies come in the form of this disease. It's also an attack. So why the Lord wait for his devotees to go through, but not to take them out and show that also as an example for the living entities to develop faith in that?
Thank you for this question, Prabhu. Let me answer it in this way. First of all, the Lord's pastimes in Vrindavan with the Gopas and the Gopis is something which is dealing with pure devotees of the Lord who are eternal beings themselves. Okay? The Gopas and Gopis, they are eternal themselves. They are not material energy like us. Okay? That is one part of it. The other part of it is that Krishna is still doing these kinds of fantastic miracles in our lives. Even today he is doing it. Okay? There are documented cases of people recovering from cancer by intervention of Lord Nrsimhadev in Mayapur, the Nrsimhadev deity in Mayapur, the one that we see, the Ugra Nrsimha in ISKCON Mayapur. So there are documented cases of such miracles happening. I know a documented miracle of one of Srila Prabhupada's god brothers. He has a separate Gauriya Math. His name was Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. If any of you have any background with ISKCON Mayapur Gurukul, you will know that, ISKCON Mayapur Gurukul used to go to Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. He was a very elevated Vaishnava, and he was a master in deity worship specifications as per Saraswati Thakur. So ISKCON took a lot from Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj. So there is one particular incident where Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, in his old age, he could not talk with anyone. Okay. He had completely crumbled down like this. And whole day he would just sit silently and hardly he can talk. Okay. So one person came to him and said that, I have cancer and this and that. Okay. So Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj heard him. And then Puri Maharaj asked, after half an hour, 45 minutes, kept meditating on him. And the person was sitting silently because Guru Maharaj has not said anything. So after half an hour, 45 minutes, Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj opens his eyes and tells him that please go to Keshi Ghat. From Mayapur, he says, please go to Keshi Ghat on such and such date, on such and such time, and take a dip in Yamuna. That's all he says. He doesn't say he'll be cured. He just says this and then he goes back. Okay. Now this person, out of his faith of his Guru Maharaj, as an instruction of his Guru Maharaj, he follows that. And he did not do that because he'll be cured of cancer. No. And he did not come to Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj to be cured of cancer. He came to his Guru Maharaj for instruction, for informing him, like that. So after he came out of Keshi Ghat, it's not that he ran to a hospital to do a testing. It's not like that. In his routine test, next time after that, it was found that he's completely cured. Okay. Then he came back to Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Pramod Maharaj. He used to be staying in Mayapur over here. Of course, he left his body in Puri, if I'm not wrong. Anyways, so this devotee, he came back to meet his Maharaj with excitement and say that, this miracle has happened in my life. And that's when Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj had told him that actually that time when you took bath in Keshi Ghat on that day, actually Krishna and Radharani, and I don't remember exactly. Basically, Krishna and Radharani was taking bath and playing in that water at that Keshi Ghat spot at that very particular time in their astral form, not in their manifested form. So basically, when this person had faith in his Guru's words, took that dip and came back, he got that good fortune and that mercy. So these cases are there, Prabhu. Now the thing is that these cases are not advertised on billboards. Why? Hare Krishna, am I there? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So these cases are not advertised on billboards. Okay. Because we are not in the business of advertising and attracting people to our movement. Right? Only somebody who has faith and who is hungry for Krishna consciousness, hungry for Shravanam, they will keep going, hearing here, hearing there. And then they will find this nectar. And his faith will immediately increase. So that enthusiasm we have to show from ourselves. These stories will not come on advertised on billboards. But on the contrary, Krishna will continuously put us on test. And in his fantastic ways, he's going to advertise difficulties that you face. You see, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying, you come to me, I will give you problems. He's not saying, you come to me, I will give you riches. Is he saying that? No. Through his actions, we know that you are fortunate, you will always be in the Kurukshetra war if Krishna is by your side. Krishna is not saying that if you have me, you will win the war. Krishna is, what is Krishna saying? You come to me, I will give you problems. Right? So good fortune, Krishna is not going to advertise. Only the enthusiastic seeker will get it. Because you are seeking, so today you got to know about this esoteric pastime. And I also did not hear this pastime in our open Bhagavatam class. It was a one-to-one conversation that I had between Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj's disciple, that time servant. He's now the sannyasi of that mutt. So they are also not advertising that, oh, my Guru Maharaj is so powerful. No, Vaishnavas don't do advertisement of all these things. Prabhu, I am sure that all of you in your lives have experienced personal miracles with the deities that you serve. But you don't advertise it on top of your head, saying that, oh, I have such miracles in my life, so I have become a great person. Come to me, take this initiation from me. We don't do that because we are Vaishnavas. Humility is the most beautiful ornament that we can wear. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. And Govinda Prabhu, thank you. Thank you so much for your beautiful question. ARADHYA Bhagavan Prabhu, I know it's late your time. Govinda,
Yes,
you have something to say, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Prabhuji, for your answers. Again, I was thinking as you try to answer my question, I was thinking from the answers you are giving, is it also part of the gurus going through this kind of experience?
Oh, one more thing. Sorry, before you go ask the question, one more thing I did not mention. I also got carried away in the esoteric pastimes. One more thing I did not mention is that we also have to consider that our Guru Maharajas, they have a material body and a material life also. Okay. So they also come with their karmas. They have their karmas as well. Because of their surrenderance. See, they are in body made of all the five gross material elements, right? All the 8 things are there in their body. Fire, earth, ether, this, that, man, buddhi, hankar, intelligence, false ego, everything is present in our spiritual masters in the body that we see them, right? They are not in their astral body or they are not made of Sachidananda. It's not that when you go to touch Jayapataka Maharaj and your finger will keep going because it is Sachidananda, right? It is material body. It is spiritual body. No, it is not like that. They are material human beings with a material life. And most probably, or not most probably, I think, I'm no one to comment, only Krishna knows, this may be their last birth. They are also finishing all their karmas out. They're finishing all their karmas off. So that is also there, which we are not aware of it. Sometimes we might be finishing, one life's karma over 1 lakh lives. Every life we just get one small safety pin picked into our finger. And they might be completing million of lifetimes in one life. So somebody is shooting them, somebody is wrangling their neck, that is also there. And on top of that, we must always remember that our spiritual masters are also suffering for us. Our spiritual masters are also suffering for us. They are taking our karmas. We are doing all sorts of nonsense. You know? We are not sharing our pieties with Krishna, with our spiritual masters. But all our karmas we are happily giving to Guru Maharaj. That, oh, bad karma is yours. All spiritual credits is mine. You know? So all these considerations are also there. We have to be very careful about these considerations.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So does it also serve as a warning
And reminder.
to us, and then a reminder that even our Guru Maharajas can go through this kind of suffering, what to speak of us.
Yes.
And so we're going to be very, very careful and take the process seriously, so that this can be our last birth. That we don't come back and go through the same chain of suffering.
Hare Krishna. Well, thank you all devotees. We're sorry we went a little longer than usual, but the nectar was just too sweet that we just couldn't let go of it. When something is so sweet, you don't even really see the time. you don't. Yeah. So I just looked at the time, and we've been here for 2 hours. And I thought we've been here for just about 1 hour at most. But that is just the nectar that ARADHYA Baba Prabhu you've shared with us. We can't thank you enough. And personally, I have some questions for you because of what you specialize in, which is a deity worship. But maybe at an appropriate time, we may be able
You can
to.
send me voice messages on WhatsApp.
Yeah. No, okay, I would do that, but I would also like us to do it here so that it will be beneficial for other devotees also. But the right time will come. And then.
Yeah.
So, dear devotees, we're going to humbly request you all to kindly unmute, and we all chant.
Can we hear? Sorry, Prabhu. Can we
Sorry.
hear the last advice
He gave?
From Prabhu before he leaves.
Okay, ARADHYA Prabhu, if you may repeat what you just said. I mean, the last submission you were giving, like advice you were giving us, I think it was in around how we can make this lifetime our last life. If you may repeat.
Yeah. So basically what I was saying is, Prabhus, that we have to completely immerse ourselves with full faith in service of our spiritual master and not think of anything outside that. Just serve our spiritual masters. Whatever Guru Maharaj says, we will do with full faith. That's all. That is the only thing that is there in our life. The beauty of Krishna consciousness is telling us to serve our spiritual masters. Serve our spiritual masters with complete surrender. We do that, our life is perfected, and we can go back to Godhead, just like that.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, back to our humble request to all the devotees to kindly unmute, and we all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to express our appreciation to our revered speaker, His Grace, ARADHYA Bhagavan Prabhu. Jai. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Wachakapataru Biaska Tripasum
Patapata,
Bibiasivascha
Vyasa,
Patitanam
Patitanam
Pavashnavyo
Pavanavyo,
Vaishnavebhyo Namo
Vaishnavebhyo,
Namaha.
Vaishnavyo Namo
Namaha.
Namaha.
Vaishnava.
His
Jai,
Grace Aradhya Bhagavan Prabhu ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai,
His
Hare
Confounder
Hare
Acharya
Krishna
Srila
Africa team
Prabhupada
ki
ki Jai.
jai.
Hare
Jai,
Hare Bo.
Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vinde ki Jai. Nitai Gopi Nande.
Hare Hare Bo.
Merry Christmas to all. Salika, you are the host.
Merry Christmas.